Welcome to an Inflow Technology demonstration video of the complaint, CAPA request, and CAPA process using ENOVIA 2019x. The goal of this video is to show the end-to-end process of how to create a complaint, turn that complaint into a CAPA request, create a CAPA from the request, and then complete the CAPA process. After logging into ENOVIA, you're taken to your home page. When logging in, verify that you have the correct credentials to perform your desired tasks. For this exercise, you will need to be in with a leader role. In the upper left corner of the page, there's a 3D experience compass. The compass allows you to access 4 different quadrants: My Social and Collaborative apps, My 3D Modeling apps, My Simulation apps, and My Information Intelligence apps. For this video, we click the top quadrant of the compass, which then brings up My Social and Collaborative apps. Next, you click and open the Complaints and Non-Conformance app. Once the application opens, you'll see tabs along the left side of the screen. In order to create a new complaint, a product line, model, version, and contacts all need to be previously created in the system. In this environment, we have gone ahead and pre-built these selections to expedite the process. To begin the process of creating a new complaint, you click the star in the upper left-hand corner. All fields in red are required in order to officially create a complaint. You start off by selecting the source of the complaint. Note that this drop-down menu, along with many others, are fully configurable to your needs. Next, we will need to select the severity of the complaint. Once that is selected, you will need to enter an experience code. The experience codes in this example are all out of the box. This list is also configurable like the drop-down menus. As mentioned earlier, we've gone ahead and created a product model to expedite the process. Each product model must be associated with a product line upon creation. Again, we have done this already for this video. Once a product model has been selected, the product line box will automatically populate. After this, we will create a new reporter by selecting the Yes radio button next to Create New. We enter in required information and click OK. The complaint has now been created and shows in the Complaints dashboard. Open the complaint by clicking the complaint name. We go to the Lifecycle tab on the left to verify that the complaint is in the create state of the lifecycle. At this point, we will begin the lifecycle process by clicking the In Process button at the top of the screen. The complaint is now in process and a new task is automatically created. We open the task by clicking the task name. The task opens in a new screen and starts in a pending state. At this point, you can change the assignee of the task, edit the properties of the task, or approve it. We will approve it for this demonstration. After entering a comment, you click the Approve button. The task is now in the approved state. We then go back to the complaint. Since the task has been finished, the next step in the process will be to create a CAPA request, since the complaint has been approved to move forward. We click on the Related CAPA tab on the left, and then the star in the upper left to create a CAPA request. You'll need to fill in all the required information at this point. Again, drop-downs are all seen as out of the box. However, they are fully configurable upon request. Once the information has been entered in, you click OK to officially create the CAPA request. You are then taken to the Process Steps page that will guide you through the process of completing this CAPA request. The first step is to identify input data sources, which we have already done when we created the CAPA request. You then have the option to include all supporting documentation or submit the CAPA request for evaluation. In this case, we will move forward with submitting the CAPA request for evaluation by clicking the Promote icon in the Actions column. As a note, hovering over an icon will display what action that icon will perform. After clicking the Promote icon, you will need to populate a responsible organization. This is defaulted in this example. By entering a reviewer now, you save yourself a step later in the process steps part of this task. With that being said, we have gone ahead and selected a reviewer for this step. Once you click Done, the CAPA request will move to the review state in the life cycle, and we will enter the evaluate phase of the process steps. Here, you will need to accept the CAPA request responsibility. In this case, we've done that already by selecting the reviewer in the previous step. You also have the option to change assignments, perform evaluations, request more information from the originator, and include all supporting documentation. In this example, we will move forward with the next mandatory step, which is to review the task. You will have the choice of approving the task, rejecting the task, or editing the task. In this case, we approve the task. The CAPA request will then change to the approved state, and you will move to initiate the CAPA project phase of the process steps. To begin this process, you have the option to change assignment to a project lead for CAPA project initiation. We will not be doing this for our example, so we will move to the next step, which is to start a CAPA project. We will create a new CAPA project in this video. Once again, you will need to enter all the information to create the CAPA project. Things to keep in mind here as the information is filled out is that having a CAPA template is already created could expedite this process. You also have the ability to attach CAPA questions in this section, along with several different copy options. Once you click OK, the CAPA project is created. The new CAPA project will open on the screen, and you'll start off in the Process Steps tab of the CAPA project in a preliminary state. Data sources and CAPA requests have already been added to this CAPA from previous steps during the video. The next optional tasks will be to add a related CAPA or include supporting documentation. We will bypass both of these and identify impacted items by clicking the plus icon in the Actions column. After selecting and adding impacted items, you will move into the planning phase of the process steps. You have already defined the project team from previous steps and now need to define plan and activities. You click the gearbox icon and a new screen will pop up. Here, you will select the CAPA and then add a new task to that CAPA by clicking the star in the upper left-hand corner. Once the required information is filled out, you click OK. You'll notice the task is now showing as a sub-item to the CAPA. Click the task name to open the new task. Once the task is open, you will notice that it is still in the preliminary state. You will need to promote this task through its life cycle until it has reached the completed state. Once all of the steps within this task are complete, you can go back to the CAPA itself to continue with the process steps. The CAPA is now in the complete CAPA portion of the process steps. As a note, many steps were completed from creating the previous task and promoting it through its life cycle. A few steps remain at this point to complete the full process. You will need to now review the final CAPA task by either approving, rejecting, or editing the review task. We will approve this review task in order to finalize the completion of this CAPA. Once we enter in the comments and click Approve, you notice that the CAPA process has completed and all process steps are green. This concludes the entire process going from a complaint to a CAPA request and then executing a CAPA project from the CAPA request.